Hello and welcome to the second video on how to use spreadsheets. In the first video, we talked a lot about what a spreadsheet is and cell references. For example, right here I have cell C4 because it's in column C and row 4. Today we're going to talk about different types of ways we reference cells and doing some mathematical operations on these cells. Here I have a sales report for a company called Stuff and Nonsense Corp. And it's the annual sales per employee taken out by month. First, let's determine how we would figure out what all the sales worked out to be for the month of January for this company. So I could go down to this bottom cell where it says total per month. Then what I could do is say, let's see, this is column C, and the first one is C3, and I could start out by doing C3 plus C4, etc., etc. But in this case, I have about 22 employees, and I would have to type that out. Not only would I have to type that out, I would have to type it out for each month of the employees. For each month, I would have to type that out. We have another way of doing that, and I showed this to you in the last video, is by using sum. So I can go back here, and I could type in, and you know what I forgot to do on that other one? I forgot to type in my equal sign. Again, whenever you're doing mathematical operations, you always use an equal sign. So you would type in equals, and you could do, as I said, C3 plus C4 plus C5, etc., etc., etc. However, we can use this function called sum. So we would do equals sum, open parenthesis. And one of the things we can do is we can type in C3, comma, C4, comma, and it will take me all the way through to C20, whatever the last one is, C26 over here. However, that's not necessarily a good way of doing it either, because we would still end up having to type everything out. We have a better way. We have a way of doing this by the range of cells being used. In other words, if I want to find out the sum of all of the information that's in cell C3 through C26, what I can do is say, okay, the first one is cell C3. Then I use a colon, and then I type in C26. And then I close my parenthesis. And if you see right here, everything, there are these dots that go around all the cells that I'm referencing there. And if I press enter, that will give me the sum of all of those. I'm going to expand that cell a little bit. We even have an easier way of doing this. For example, if I want to do this now for the month of February, I can say equals sum, open my parenthesis, and then I could click on the very first cell where I want to find the sum. In this case, because it's February, that lines up with column D. Hold the mouse button down and go all the way to the last cell for which I want that sum to include, and it automatically will fill that in. So you see there it says sum D3 to D26, and I could close the parenthesis and hit enter. Wow. Now that's really cool, and that's a time saver. But wait, there's more. We have better time savers than that. If I type that in for the first one, which is right here, the month of January, all I really have to do is click on that cell after that function is typed in, and you see this little dot right here at the bottom of the cell, the bottom right of the cell. When I mouse over it, it gives me this little thin plus sign. And if I just hold the mouse button down and then drag across, it will automatically fill in all of these. If you see, it redid in cell D27 for the month of February. And this one shows E3 to E26. And this one shows F3 to F26. So that really saved a lot of time. I didn't have to type it all in. It automatically updates to the next column when I drag across columns. So again, this one showed C3 to C26, and when I did that little drag across, I call it drag and drop, it automatically updated. We call that a relative cell reference. This cell is relative to the column in which it stands. Because this is in column C, when I drag across, it will update the next column to column D. This one will give me column E. This one will give me column F, and so on. And that's a pretty cool feature of spreadsheets, and it makes things go pretty quickly when you're working, trying to figure out information on a spreadsheet. Next, let's say we want to find what the total annual sales were per employee. So this first person, João Silva, and I want to see what João's annual sales work out to be. So I can do equals and then sum, open parenthesis. I can do that whole thing over starting with cell C3 again, but then dragging it across columns and letting go of the mouse. And this shows me the sum of C3 to N3, and then I'm going to close the parenthesis and hit enter. And that gives me João's annual sales. Now, I can do the same thing over here and say equal sum, etc., etc., but we can use that thing we just learned with relative cell references. Grab on this little dot over here and drag and drop that. Whoops, I went a little bit too far. Let's do that again. Well, I didn't go far enough. So that's okay. I can still start from here now and then just drag and drop down to the last person, which is Sakura Ito. So now this shows me the annual sales per each employee. To get the total annual sales, it doesn't really matter which way I do it. If I got the sales from here all the way across to here and added them all up, I would get the total annual sales just as I would over here. So I'm just going to do it by the column. I'm just going to take this last bit here and then just drag that formula down. Okay, and it gives me sales of 3,345,434 euro. Okay, so that's what we call relative cell references, where when we drag and drop formulas either across or going down, it'll automatically update. Sometimes we don't want it to update a particular cell or array of cells. We just want it to be fixed on one. So rather than having a relative cell reference, we want what's called an absolute cell reference. And we have a way of doing that as well. Here's the scenario. All of these employees will get a 5.75%, and I just typed this in this cell here. The annual bonus rate is 5.75%. And they will all get a 5.75% bonus based upon their sales. Here's how we work with that. If this person gets a 5.75% bonus, if João gets a 5.75% bonus based upon $108,908, then we can just type in equals. We'll click on the rate, which is 5.75%. It's in cell P1. Multiply it by the €108,908 and press enter. And you see it gives me that the annual bonus for João is $6,262.21. Okay. I'm not going to go with that suggestion that was there. Now here's the problem. If I try to drag and drop all of this down, let's see what happens. It gives me all these errors, and then it gives me this erroneous information that doesn't make any sense. So, how do we fix that problem? Let me get rid of everything that's below. Okay. Well, actually, let me show you what would happen when I did that. When I go to this cell and I click on what it's trying to do, it's saying P2 times O4, the column O over here. So it gave me the relative cell reference for the column O, but it also gave me the relative reference for this P right here where I have the rate, P1. I wanted that to stay on cell P1. I wanted that to be an absolute cell reference. So, and if I go here, the same thing happened, but now it's P3. I don't want that cell to update. I want it to always be cell P1. So how do I fix that? Well, before I fix it, let's get rid of all of this erroneous stuff. And when I have this original formula that I typed in, if I want that to be an absolute cell reference, in other words, I don't want that reference to be updated, then what I'm going to do is put a dollar sign before the P and a dollar sign before the 1. Let me repeat that. I put a dollar sign before the P, which means that the column P will not update. It will always stay in column P, and a dollar sign before the 1, which means that the first row will always be part of it. In other words, basically, it'll always reference cell P1 going down. Let me show you what I mean. So now I have that original thing I typed in, but instead of just typing in P1, I typed in $P, $1. Okay. And now I want to drag and drop that formula down, and let's see what happens here. So if I go into this cell and look, it still shows me cell P and cell 1. If I go into here, it still shows me cell P and cell 1, but it's multiplying that by cell O5. In this one, of course, cell P1 times O6, and it's giving me the right numbers now. So that's the difference between relative, cell reference, and absolute. Relative, it will update when you do the whole dragging and dropping thing, and absolute, it will stay fixed on one cell. We could also stay fixed just on a column if we wanted to. In other words, it'll only update things by column, or it'll only update things by row if we wanted it to do that. And we're not going to work with anything that complicated right now, but it's just so that you know. This concludes today's video. I hope you learned something. Have a great day.